I never imagined that the greatest betrayal of my life would come wrapped in a groom's suit, smiling, holding my daughter's hands, calling me Dad. My son-in-law, Aiden, the man we once trusted like our own blood, tried to steal the very roof above our heads. The house I built with my own sweat. The home where my daughter grew up. The place that held every memory of our family. But let me start from the beginning. After my wife passed away, it was only me and my daughter, Stella. She became my whole world. I promised myself I'd give her all the happiness she deserved. And when she fell in love with Aiden, a charming, polite young man who always showed respect, I thought God was finally sending a blessing our way. He would greet me with hugs, bring groceries without being asked, help prepare things around the house. A perfect gentleman. Or at least, that's what I believed. As the wedding day approached, Stella glowed with excitement. Her eyes sparkled with dreams of a future with the man she adored. How could I deny her that joy? But on the day of the wedding, when Aiden's father came to meet me, something strange happened. He handed me a wedding gift, a deed transfer form. He smiled widely and said, "This house will be Stella and Aiden's, their new forever home." I froze. Why was he talking about my house like it already belonged to them? He continued, "It would be symbolic. You passing on the home to the newlyweds, a beautiful tradition, don't you think?" My heart started racing. A whisper in my mind said something wasn't right, but everyone around me was celebrating. Music was playing, people were cheering, and there I stood, holding a pen, staring at the paper that would give away everything I owned. They waited for me to sign. Aiden came over, smiling, placing his hand on my shoulder. "Dad, please, it would mean so much to us." The word dad cut me like a knife later, but at that moment, I felt cornered, overwhelmed, pressured by the joy around me. So, like a fool, I signed it. The wedding ended, the guests left, and Aiden and Stella went on their honeymoon. For the first time in years, the house felt empty, quiet, cold. Then, the day after they returned, everything changed. There was a loud knock at the door. Bam, bam, bam. I opened it to find Aiden, not smiling, not polite, but cold, sharp-eyed, and holding a notary officer beside him. "We're here to finalize the paperwork," he said flatly. "My house needs to be legally transferred now." My blood froze. His tone, his eyes, the mask had fallen. I stuttered, "Aiden, what are you talking about? This house? Now?" He smirked. "You weren't confused signing it yesterday. Don't pretend you didn't know." I looked toward my daughter, expecting her to defend me, but she avoided eye contact, silent, almost guilty. What had he told her? Aiden pushed forward. "You signed it. It's ours. We're just here to take official ownership." I felt dizzy, as if the walls themselves were collapsing on me. The notary spoke coldly. "We simply need the final verification and your signature here." My trembling hands refused to move. This wasn't what I thought I had agreed to. This wasn't tradition. This was theft. I need time to think," I managed to whisper. Aiden's eyes darkened. "We don't have time. Sign it. Now." He leaned in, lowering his voice. "You're old. You don't need this house anymore. We deserve it more than you do." My heart shattered. The boy I had welcomed into my home was now kicking me out of it. I looked at Stella again, hoping for one word, one tear, one sign that she was still my daughter. But she stepped closer to him. "Dad, maybe this is for the best," she murmured. Those words were the deepest betrayal of all. After everything I sacrificed for her, I felt the world falling apart beneath my feet. Suspense hangs here, because what came next was far darker than anything I had imagined. Aiden didn't just want the house. He wanted something even bigger. He wanted to erase me from Stella's life forever. And that's when my fight for my home and for my daughter's soul truly began. Aiden and the notary waited, pens poised like daggers. But I didn't sign. I told them I would speak with my lawyer first. Aiden clenched his teeth, the polite mask fully stripped away now. "You are making this difficult," he hissed. I shut the door in their faces and locked it, my hands shaking like an old tree in a storm. For hours, my mind wrestled with disbelief. How did I not see this coming? Was every smile fake? Every hug a trap? Night fell, but sleep refused to come. Then my phone buzzed. A message. From Stella. "Dad, please sign the papers tomorrow. Aiden loves me. We need the house. Don't ruin this." My heart ached reading those words. They weren't Stella's voice. It was his, speaking through her. The next morning, they were back. Same icy stare, same notary, same demand. I stood firm. No. Aiden snapped. "You fool, you signed the deal already. This is just a formality." I replied quietly. "I didn't willingly give anything. You pressured me. I will not finalize this." His face twisted in rage. "You think you're clever? You'll regret this." He stormed off with Stella behind him, but she looked back once, eyes full of fear. That tiny glance gave me hope. Maybe she wasn't fully lost. Days passed. Silence devoured the house. Then one afternoon, I went to Stella's birthplace to speak with her. I needed to know if she was all right. But when I arrived, she wasn't there. Her colleagues looked confused when I asked. "She hasn't worked here for a month," one woman said. My breath caught. A month? Then what had she been doing every day when she left our home before the wedding? A cold realization crawled up my spine. Aiden had isolated her long before the wedding. He had been preparing her, manipulating her, controlling her life from the shadows. The next blow arrived soon after. A letter. Bold. Official. Aiden had filed to evict me from my own home. I felt my knees weaken. This wasn't just a greedy son-in-law. This was a predator. He wasn't satisfied stealing my daughter's trust. He wanted my existence wiped clean. But I wasn't going to break. Not for a snake who disguised himself as family. I met a lawyer immediately. She studied the signed sheets and frowned deeply. "This isn't legally valid," she said. "What do you mean?" I asked, heart pounding. "This paper is incomplete. It does not include transfer terms, witness signatures, or full legal descriptions. It's nothing more than a symbolic note. He tricked you into thinking this was the full deed." A spark lit inside me. "So he can't take my house?" "He'll try, but legally, no." My despair finally found space to breathe. But relief didn't last long. The next day, Stella appeared at my door. Her eyes were red, cheeks swollen, like she had been crying for days. "Dad, I'm sorry," she whispered. Before I could say anything, Aiden stepped into view behind her. His smile returned, that charming, fake smile that tricked me once. "We want to talk," he said softly. They came inside. We sat. Aiden's voice was sugar-coated poison. "There's a way we can all be happy. You transfer the house, we take care of you. You'll live with us. Luxury, comfort, a family. I stared at him unblinking. And Stella? I asked. He placed his hand over hers, squeezing lightly. With me, she'll be safe. He was threatening me, not with fists, but with control. I looked at my daughter. Her eyes revealed the truth. She was trapped, not physically, but emotionally chained. I didn't know how he managed to twist my mind like that, but I knew I had to free her. I will not sign anything, I said. Aiden's hand tightened around Stella's. She winced. His voice flattened, dead cold. Then prepare for war. They left, slamming the door so hard the walls trembled. Night arrived again, but peace didn't come. I paced the hallways like a restless ghost, listening for threats hidden in the silence. Then I heard it, outside the window. Soft footsteps, whispering. I peeked through the curtains. Aiden, phone in hand, talking to someone. The old fool will break soon, he muttered. We just need the right push. My pulse thundered. Who was he talking to? And what push did he mean? That night, I understood. He wasn't after the house anymore. He wanted to break me mentally, destroy my stability, as if I was some nuisance holding on to his prize. I slept with the phone in my hand, just in case. The next morning, I discovered the push. My car tires were slashed, every single one. On the front door, a note. Move out before you are carried out. A threat, clear as fire. I called the police. They came, they listened, but without evidence, without cameras. Their words were useless comfort. Be careful, sir. Be careful? Against a man who lied his way into my family? A man who now treated my existence like some obstacle? No. Careful wasn't enough anymore. The battle for my home, for my daughter's freedom, for my life, had officially begun. And trust me, Aiden had no idea how far I was willing to go. I was tired of being hunted. Aiden thought an old man like me would crumble under fear, but he had no idea what a father could do when pushed to the edge. I began to investigate him. I visited neighbors quietly, asked around town, searched public records. Everyone had the same story. Charming, polite, too perfect. But the perfection cracked when I found an old coworker of his. You're not the first, the man whispered. He used to visit an elderly lady every week, called her Mom. He left right after she signed her property over to him. A month later, she died. They called it an accident. My stomach twisted. A predator. A professional con man. He married for money. He hunted for inheritance. And now my daughter was his next puppet. Rage filled me, but rage alone wouldn't save Stella. I needed proof, something powerful enough to tear down his lies. It came sooner than I expected. One evening, while pretending to sleep on the couch, I heard the back door creak open. I stayed still, breathing slow. Footsteps. Two voices. Aiden's and another man. He's resisting, Aiden whispered angrily. If he doesn't sign willingly, we'll have to stage something. An accident, like before. My heart nearly exploded. The other voice replied, do it soon. The debt collectors are after you. We need that deed. Debt collectors. So that was the truth behind the urgency. They moved closer, and I saw their silhouettes through the faint moonlight. Tomorrow, Aiden said confidently, we scare him until his heart gives out. I quietly recorded every word. When they left, I finally allowed myself to breathe. For the first time in days, the terror inside me transformed into fire. If tomorrow was the day he planned to break me, then tomorrow would be the day I fought back. Morning came with a silence so heavy it almost felt like the house holding its breath. Aiden arrived, like a vulture ready to feast. His confidence was nauseating, his arrogance unshakable. "Are you ready to sign?" he asked. My trembling stopped. I stood tall. "I'm ready," I replied. He grinned, believing he had finally won. His notary walked inside again, or rather, a man pretending to be one. I placed the papers on the table, slowly. "Before I sign," I said calmly, "we need to clear something up." Aiden frowned. "What now?" I tapped my phone, and the audio recording played. His voice echoed through the room like a demon exposed. "Stage something, an accident, like before." His face turned white. The fake notary froze, eyes wide. I stepped forward. "This ends now." Before they could react, police sirens screamed outside. I had sent the recording to my lawyer. She had sent it straight to the police. Cops burst in like a tidal wave. The fake notary tried to run. He didn't get far. Aiden roared and lunged toward me. "You ruined everything." Officers tackled him to the floor, handcuffs locking around his wrists. As they pulled him away, he screamed at Stella, "Don't you dare leave me. You're nothing without me." Stella stood frozen, tears spilling, Aiden's spell shattering in real time. She looked like a lost child, finally waking up from a nightmare. When the officers dragged Aiden out the door, he glared back at me. "You old bastard, this isn't over." But it was. For him, at least. The real battle wasn't against laws or papers. It was for my daughter's heart, her soul. She collapsed into my arms, sobbing. "I'm sorry, Dad. I'm so sorry. He said you hated me. He said you wanted to get rid of me after Mom died. I didn't know what to believe." I held her tighter than I ever had. "I could never hate you. You are my daughter, my whole life." We cried together, two broken hearts beginning to heal. Aiden was charged with fraud, extortion, conspiracy, and suspected involvement in the death of that poor elderly woman. His perfect mask shattered forever. Weeks went by. Our home became a home again. Warm, safe, ours. One evening, Stella sat beside me on the porch, leaning her head on my shoulder. "Dad," she whispered, "thank you for not giving up on me." I kissed her forehead. A father never gives up, even if the world tries to take his child away. She smiled for the first time in months. The sun set behind us, painting the sky with hope. I stared at my house. The walls weren't just bricks and cement. They were memories, battles fought, love defended. This house survived, and so did we.